Well, I've been standing here trying to think this through, trying to work out, how I can best be of service to us. And I think what I really need to do is just get on with it. So, what I want to talk about is some of what I feel is very toxic and destructive behaviour that I see occurring regularly within our community today. It's become a modern culture. It's really come from the far left. It's involved the demonising of the masculinity. It's the patriarchy. It's involved demonising of the warrior archetype. Both the essential parts of life in their healthy aspect, and expressing them in a toxic aspect as part of the learning process and part of the journey of self-realisation on the planet, which is the entire purpose of being on the planet. But anyway, so there's a classic experience I had last night, and I think it's really good to talk to that a bit, so that we can look at boundaries and appropriate behaviour, etc., etc. I was at a bar here in Napier, He-Tikakairakau-Gashtra-Teum, Hawke's Bay, last night, and I had a woman come up beside me and just started nudging me, and I didn't, it's no big deal to me, but I let it go. And then she started talking to me, and it could really, what did she say? She said something like, I think she asked me what my name was or something, and so I introduced myself, and she said something quite callous, really, like, doesn't mean anything to me, or I don't care, something to that kind of effect. And I was just like, okay, I don't really know if this person is serious or not. And then she said that she was serious, and so I said, I'm not quite sure, I'm not quite sure where you're coming from. I'm not quite sure if you're being serious or if you're being sarcastic, etc., just playing. And she said, oh, no, I'm very serious. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. I wonder what that's about. And when we're studying people, when we're studying the signs, which help us categorize people, so to speak, which there's fors and against for. I think it's very valuable to be able to recognize someone's personality characteristics, and my mother was extremely talented at recognizing, at being able to read every part of the body, the eyebrows, the brow, the nose, the ears, the forehead, iridology, you name it, the lips, the chin, the fingers, the palmistry, fingernails, the shape of the fingernails. Mum could read every part, really. She's very, very talented at it. And it's definitely, I've wondered if it's been something that has affected me in my own journey. I've spent a lot more time by myself than socialising with groups of people, and that's given me the time to observe and just to reflect. And this person that I observed last night, the people that are very supportive of the common feminist narrative, which is doing a huge amount of damage to our general community, and especially the masculinity, especially the boys and the men. We're very disempowered within the legal system, which you may be aware of by some of the experiences that I've had just recently. And I was talking with somebody the other day about how long it's actually taken me to learn how to deal with that and learn how to protect myself as well. Learning how to protect myself is something really important, and it's especially as a man, as a male, and it's something that I didn't do anywhere near as well as what I could have last night. So this woman, she showed the signs which I've seen continually expressed, physical signs, physical attributes of the people that hold this kind of mentality, value this kind of mentality, which I've been referring to, which is really toxic and doing a lot of damage, I'll affirm again. And then she continued to nudge me, and said, what are you still doing here? Why haven't you left? And I said, well, actually, I was here first, and I want to be here, even though you're here, which wasn't very pleasant. It still gave me an opportunity to learn and to grow. So, her pleasantness, I don't need to allow that to affect my energy. It's very valuable to work on recognizing what is happening to our beings when somebody like that comes into our space, and learning to recenter and actually be the source of love. So I had no problem being the source of love, though at the same time I wasn't going to tolerate her inappropriate behaviour. And so when she continued to nudge me, I said, actually, just don't touch me, thank you. And then she started to try to throw it back on me, like, well, what's your problem? And I was like, well, actually, madam, I didn't have a problem. You know, I was standing here enjoying the space, enjoying my evening. You came along and then you started on with this, you know, trying to belittle me and tell me that I'm not worth anything, etc. And it's really about, that's really translates as somebody else's unresolved grief and anger for what's happening in their own lives. You know, maybe she's not happy with her body, maybe she wasn't happy with her teeth or whatever. I mean, crikey, I've got a partial plate made out of some plastic beads that I bought from J-Car for $15, and I'm actually, it's not a goal to continue to have that, but I'm very okay with who I am right now. And you know, so I go out and socialize, and I was chatting to lots of aesthetically beautiful women and beautiful people as well. And you know, don't misunderstand me, all people are beautiful in their own right. We've just got different layers of mud upon us, so to speak. So and I said to her, you know, if you keep it up, I'll pull my camera out and I'll video it. And then I saw a gentleman standing to my side, and he looked a bit broken. So what do you do when you see somebody broken? I personally, being for all of us, I reached out to him, and so I said hello, and I started to chat with him, and then lo and behold, you know, it just blew me away. He came into the circle and he started to talk about his female ancestor, Māori, for what it's worth. And to me, he was just totally capitulating to this feminist narrative, and what it really translated was, and by his whole communication from his body as well, was a person that was really lonely and really wanted to connect with somebody and was willing to sell himself out in order to do it. So I really feel for that person, but you know, it ended up getting a bit much, and I was just like, you know what, actually I'm going to go now. I'll see you later, I'll leave you to it. And you know, best wishes to them both. You know, maybe they were perfect for each other. Maybe that's what the whole experience was about, just bringing those two together. But you know, I think it doesn't matter whether we're men, whether we identify as male, or whether we identify as female, or unicorns, or whatever. You know, it's important and valuable to witness what's actually happening for us in the moment, and be conscious that we don't need to allow somebody else's expression or cruel behavior affect us. And remember, or become aware, you know, it takes practice. It's taken me years of training and years of practice to get where I am now. But you know, it's nothing that we can't all accomplish. It's something that we are actually destined to accomplish. And that is love for all beings and all expression, no matter what that expression is. And that doesn't mean non-action. It doesn't mean tolerating cruel behavior or unloving behavior or anything like that. So it's 8 minutes 11. We'll see. You know, it makes me wonder. I'd really like to have. I wonder. I can probably purchase it from Facebook, like something which will allow me to know how much of videos people actually watch and who's watching them, etc. Yeah, I wish both of those people. I didn't say anything to the fellow, you know, because I think if I had have said something to him, that could have been quite triggering for him, and he could have come from an old way of expressing ourselves and gotten aggressive over it. So I just let it go, just walked away, went and found a couple of really pretty blondes to chat to that rung my bell. Yeah, but yeah. You know, and that's what was right for me. That's who I was attracted to. You know, it's like who we're attracted to. That's perfectly okay, and there's no degradation or belittling of anybody else. It's just the way it is. So I hope this has been of service, and it's been wonderful to try to connect and try to be of service with you all and myself. You know, because we're all connected. So okay, see you later.